What's going on, guys? Liam here, and today we're talking NRL Round 3, going over all my picks for tipping, also a few little punts I'm looking at putting down, and not only that, guys, I'll show you the bets I've put down for my $10 to 10k in 10-week challenge, trying to turn $10 into 10k. We're on to round 3, guys. Got through the first 2 rounds, which can be really hard, and there were so many upsets last week, so super confident. However, touch wood, we can keep this thing rolling. I've already done a team list video, so you can check that one out if you want to go over full team list. However, we do have it up here, and we will duck into that because that will affect who wins games sometimes. And if you're not already, guys, I'd love if you could head over and subscribe to the channel. That would really help out a lot. I'm doing team list videos, a tip-in video every week, and also a recap and stuff as well. Trying to get to 1,000 subs. We're not too far away, man. We're getting there. We've only just started, but plenty of big things to come. And once we hit 1,000 subs, I'm going to do some pretty cool stuff. But we've got to get there first. All right, let's go through the games really quickly, then each one into depth. And also, guys, I'd love to hear from you too. If there's any game, like who are you tipping in all these games? And if I say one that you think's wrong, drop why. I'd love to hear from you. Like, say I'm like, oh, I think Manly are going to win this, and you're like, oh no, Parramatta will because of X, Y, and Z. I'd love to hear that as well. It's a two-way street. All this stuff's just my opinions. We're all wrong sometimes. Just as long as you're right more than you're wrong, you're good. All right, Manly versus the Eels. First versus last. Oh no, there's 17 teams now. My bad. Would have been first versus last. Crazy. First versus second last. Who would have thought? Knights versus Dolphins. Roosters, Bunnies. Titans, Storm. Cowboys, Warriors. Broncos, Dragons. Bulldogs, West Tigers. Raiders, Sharks, and Penny Panthers have the bye. All right. So let's go first things first. We have Parramatta versus Sea Eagles. Damn. The odds here, that is probably about right. Manly looked awesome in their pre-season. They looked awesome in game 1, and they've had a break. Now, just so you all know, a break doesn't always mean a good thing. It can be a little clunky sometimes after a break, especially early in the season. You know, you almost want to build momentum sort of thing. So they could come out a little slow. So I'm actually looking at putting a Parramatta to score first bet down here. And we'll have to see. Here's all the ins and outs, guys. And if we go to team stats here, this is in Manly. Parramatta have got the wood on them the last couple of times. This was a good one. This is the game where Tom got injured at their last game, and Parramatta sort of stole that from them with Turbo on the sideline. Parramatta, this is at 4 Pines Park. Haven't had a win there. Manly won from one. I don't know how that works, but yeah, we can go through here, and it's pretty relatively even. This is relatively easy, and I think this will be a bit closer. A lot of people have just locked in Manly here. I'm thinking about, I think I've tipped Parramatta, not because I think they're necessarily definitely going to win, but I think it's more so I can try and get one up on people because everyone's tipping Manly. So safe tip would be Manly, but I think I've gone Parramatta here. They're desperate. They need to get a win on the board ASAP. Manly are riding high. And the other thing as well is Schuster is in for Cooper Johns. I really liked Cooper Johns at 6. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't think Schuster's a 6. I really don't. I don't know. I said this in my team list video. I think when you have to add something to the end of a compliment, it's not an actual compliment. So they say he's really good, really skilled for a big man. He's really good for his age, stuff like that. It's not really a compliment. I think halves are meant to be smaller, more agile guys, and I just don't like it. However, I saw a stat the other day where Manly do really good with him at 6, so maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, like I said, guys, this one's a little bit of a funny one. I'm going to tip Parramatta here, but I'm not doing it with a whole heap of confidence. It's more, I think, hopefully Parramatta will be a bit more desperate in this one to get a win. And to me, Turbo definitely didn't look 100% here, so we'll have to see. Knights, Dolphins, this is hard to pick. Look at that, Dolphins 3 games in, and 2 games in. On their 3rd game, they're starting as favourites against an NRL team. Now, there's a lot of outs here. Safidi, Jaden Brayley, Ponga and Frizzell. That's a lot of salary cap sitting on the sideline. That's going to be tough. Now, to be honest, I actually wasn't that impressed with the Dolphins last week. Canberra were the better team. They just got they got a lucky call. Dolphins and Hamaso played like a god. Oh, his positional play was like Billy Slater. It was magic to watch, man, and he really saved their skin. They do have an out as well, Jeremy Marshall King. I think he's an actual bigger out than people think. He's been incredible from dummy half. He's been absolutely incredible. Nick Arima does come in, so pretty handy. A genuine first grader's coming back coming in to replace him. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I think Nick Arima will do a job there. I just don't think he'll quite be on Jeremy Marshall King's level. But, I mean, you look at the Knights team, there's still plenty of talent here, but, geez, it's hard. I'm going to tip the Dolphins here, all right? But, again, with not a huge amount of confidence, okay? Dolphins are always going to get up for their first game of the year, always going to get up for the first game in Redcliffe. This will be, I know it doesn't seem like it, but this will be probably more of a test than the last two games, even though the last two opponents were stronger. Can they get up every week? That'll be the question. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'll show the faith and tip the Dolphins there. Can I just sip my coffee for a minute? Seriously, I love watching these two teams play. I'd love to see this as the grand final personally. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would absolutely love it. Huge ins, Jared Reed-Hargraves and Victor Radley. Absolutely massive for them. But also, who were the ins for Tavita Totola? That was real necessary for them to win games. Their middle was soft last week. I called it before the game. I said they're going to get beaten through the middle by Penrith, and they did hard. It was dramatic, the post-contact meters and all that sort of stuff. So that'll stiffen them up, but so will Jared Reed-Hargraves and Victor Radley. Man, this is so hard. At the start of the week, I had Bunnies easily. But I don't know. This is so hard. Yeah, this is Jared Reed-Hargraves, Lindsay Collins. I'm going to go out on a whim here. No, I'm going to tip the Bunnies. Here, guys. Yeah, I'm tipping the Bunnies. But again, this is another one. From now on, it gets a bit easier. These first three games are tough to pick. We could be 0-3 here. No, we're doing all right. We came out pretty unscathed last week. I know last week, if you tipped all 8 games, I heard it was 800 to 1. How nuts is that? That is absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm going to go the Bunnies. I'm going to go with my original gut. However, I think we're going to see a different Roosters team here from the last 2 weeks. But yeah, let's have a look at them head-to-head lately. Rabbitohs got the wood on them. Rabbitohs got the wood on them. Roosters got the wood on them here. September and... Yeah, both in September. Well, that's right. They played the week before the finals and the week after. So this would have been the semi-final or quarter-final. Damn, such good clashes. Wins at this. Yeah, that's completion rates, both pretty high. Similar play the board speeds. So yeah, this is, man, I can't wait for this, man. Gonna wait for this one. Absolutely gonna wait. All right, now we have Titans versus Storm. I'm picking Storm here, guys. I was so underwhelmed with Titans last week. A lot of big talk from them in the off-season. They looked great in round 1, but they were so bad. Tanner Boyd, I don't really rate him at all. When times get tough, you know what I mean? Like, when they're rolling, he seems to be okay, but it's going to be tough. But yeah, Big Kamitha back, Harry Grant back, Christian Welsh there, Josh King, their bench players are back to the bench, I know they lost Big Nelson, but Josh DeMolin back as well. Like this is a much better team than it was last week. So, and man, I'm telling you, Bellamy would have been creaming them, absolutely creaming them this week. So I say the Storm get this one pretty comfortably. Cowboys Warriors. All right, so this is my first bet in the 10K challenge. I've gone the Cowboys to take this one. I know they are missing Drinky and Peter Hiku. However, I think Peter Hiku might be a net gain. He was so bad last week. I actually can't even believe it. So many errors, so many penalties, and then got himself suspended. It was putridly bad. So, yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't know a huge amount about this kid that's replacing Scotty Drinkwater, but I'm sure he's okay. And Warriors, I think they're all right, but this is a 4:30pm game, so a hot game in North Queensland. Kiwis don't like that, we all know that, but I'm really looking forward to this one. All right, so Cowboys thumped them last time. Oh, look at that, April. Warriors got a win. Oh, that's right, I remember that game. Wins this season, 50% each. Completion rate's pretty similar. Tackle efficiency, well, that surprises me that theirs is lower. I thought Warriors was a bit lower than that, but yeah, wins at this venue, 50%. Wins at this venue, 0%. That's what I mean. I think it's going to be tough for them to get the dub there. That's going to be a tough one for the Wars, but I mean, I love you Wars, but I hope you lose this week. Next one, this is in my 10k bet as well. We have Dragons versus Broncos in Suncorp. Big outs, obviously Corey Oates. However, this kid here, this Jesse Arthurs, I really like him. Really good replacement. I don't think they're going to miss a beat here. And I keep seeing this stat that Ben Hunt doesn't lose to the Broncos. Yeah, but the Broncos have pretty much sucked the last 3 years. I mean, they were okay last year, but let's be real. They played them in the last round when Broncos were like falling apart in a massive downward spiral. The year before that, Broncos were pretty bad. The year before that, Broncos were even worse. So, you know what I mean? I think that stat's a bit rubbish. This team is much better. And I dare say the Broncos, this price is right. Broncos should be that firmer favourites here. And that's our second bet in the 10k challenge. Let's have a look at the team stats quickly. So, yeah, Broncos got them last time. And then Broncos pumped them the time before that. And wins this season, 2 from 2, 1 from 1. Completion rates, Broncos are going to have to get that up. Still got plenty of errors in their game. But yes, okay. So let's move on to the next one. Doggies, Tigers. Doggies were impressive last week against an under-strength Melbourne team. But I think they're going to carry that energy into this one. Playing at Belmore, this should be good. This should be real good. Jacob Carraz was enormous last week. Josh Addo-Carr was enormous. Heaps better from Matt Burton. I thought Kyle Flanagan was better as well. So, yeah, big. Viliami was on another level. He got absolutely creamed by Melbourne. He was so bad. So, I think, yeah, he's got to have another big one. But we'll have to see. So there's a few outs, though, for the Tigers as well. So Dane Laurie, I rate him so highly, you know what I mean? Like, the one thing he lacks is a bit of size, you know what I mean? God didn't give him the biggest rig on the planet, but he's always turns up. No matter if the Tigers are getting pumped by 20, Papali'i out, Jake Simpkins and Tommy Talau. That's a lot of outs for a weak team, you know what I mean? And or like a not top 4 team to have, you know, 4 of your starters out. That damages, you know, like good teams can cover it. You know, not so good teams can't. So definitely think that price is about right. And this is our third one in our 10k challenge. So all 3 of those win. We've got $40 down. We'll be up to 80. And we move on to the next week. Can't wait. Next one, Sharkies Raiders. This is tough to pick. Raiders at home are a much better team. Sharkies their attack has been fine. Their defense has been putrid. But looking at the head-to-head, like, I'll just look at this team on paper and just go, wow. And this is the thing too. So Heinze's out, but this Braden Trindle is so good. Like I said in my last video, I said normally when a backup half comes in, you see the levels. You're like, oh, he can fill a gap, but you know what I mean? Like, you can tell he's a reserve grade, like a backup 7. Braden Trindle is a first grader. He does not look out of place. He's really good. Tipping Sharkies here to win this one as well. But I'm not confident at all. Raiders last week were just, like, they were on top. They were winning the middle. They were winning the ruck. They were winning all the parts they should. And then bloody Jackie Whiten. He's literally probably a top 5 player of mine, but he's just so bad at decision making. That's why I don't like him in the halves. I don't think he should be making decisions like this. It's just the way I feel, sort of thing. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. But it depends on the weather and stuff too. But I'm going to tip the Sharkies here regardless. I'm expecting to tighten up their defense a bit and hopefully get the dub here, guys. So, we're looking good. So what do we got? Let's break it down real quickly. So we've got Eels to win. Risky, but let's go. We've got Dolphins to win. We've got Bunnies to win. We've got Storm to win. We've got Cowboys to win. We've got Broncos to win. We've got Bulldogs to win. We have Sharkies to win, and I've got Manly to win as well. I'm not Manly. Penrith to win as well. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.